The Home Hotel is a traditional country hotel. We purchased it 9 years ago as a family. We developed it heavily in food while we redecorated. We built to winning the award in 2008. That was an effort, and we achieved what we set out to achieve in the first 5 years. Then I think everyone knew that we've won the award, okay, now we're going to go into the next stage. We were up to our knees in water within 10 minutes. So within 45 minutes, it had totally encased us.
It was cascading off steps, it was coming in holes in the walls, it was coming through windows, it was coming through the ceiling.
The water itself was dangerous, the movement of it, the speed and the pressure of it. A couple of our staff, we just told them to stay out of it, just to wait. We just weren't prepared for it, not at all.
Not having a plan was probably a bit of a disaster in itself because you weren't sure where to start. After about an hour of being in the water, we realised we shouldn't have any power in the building, so we finally turned all that off, which it's just little things you don't realise you have to do. You couldn't understand, unless you saw it, how much damage there was done by just a massive amount of water.
The mud was actually worse than the water. The mud was a disaster.
The first day was just very emotional because you didn't know, you couldn't plan 20 steps forward. You had to just do each bit as you went, so you weren't sure whether you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing.
We cleaned solidly for 3 months. Mud just kept oozing. Didn't matter where you looked, there just seemed to be mud and more mud. And the cost was very heavy.
It took us a long time to get the repairs to start. We had 5 different groups of people that had to make a decision before anyone could start any work. We had the insurance company with 2 different quotes from 2 different builders. We had engineers in that disagreed with our engineers. We had builders disagree with what damage was done and how it was done, when it was done. 90% of your time trying to sort out whether it's an insurance claim or whether it's to fix things. And your business is suffering every day. You're not there running it, you're not the face of the business.
We had wonderful support from a lot of customers, but there were those that we lost, and there's probably those that we've never got back. The business was virtually closed for 3 months, from February through to May, and then from May through to December 2011 for 85%. That's a lot of closure.
We probably employ around 20 people. Out of that, there's probably 18 families with children, local community people. The casual ones you couldn't employ because you had no turnover to support them. If you had it to do it all again, I would plan things a little bit differently. I'd understand who to go to, who to ask. I think it's taken 2 years of my life, and probably more.
My life has been totally taken up with, controlled by what happened through the circumstances at the flood.
It's taken toll on my family immensely. My mother and father I've probably watched them age 10, 15 years in a year.
A loss of 9 years of hard work. 9 years of hard work. And when you just see it going in 2.5 hours and you can't control it, That's pretty devastating, yeah. I have my tears in quiet time. I have been introduced to a booklet, and it is a 10-minute read put out through the SES as a toolkit for flood and damage. Everything that I have read in that booklet makes sense to what happened to us.
It's definitely going to make it easier to do a plan.
To follow the prompts, yes.
It's a common sense out there. You need to have a plan, and that plan will help you set your goals to where you get back to. Probably never the way you were before, but get you back up on your feet and running.
Having a flood plan, it's the dollar factor in a small business. The damage that you do is pretty well irreparable if you're closed for a period of time. It's been a long, hard battle, but we're into the next 5-year plan now. I think we're aware, and I think it's being aware that's important.
Floods cost Victorian communities an average of $465 million each year. One of the simplest ways to manage the risk of flooding to your business is to create a business flood-safe plan. Every business should also have a basic emergency kit. Being flood-safe is not expensive or time-consuming, but it may help save lives, prevent injury, and help you reduce the financial damage floods can cause. Go to ses.vic.gov.au/prepare and make your business flood-safe plan now by following the helpful online prompts or download the SES Business Flood Safe Toolkit.